Hey, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Basically, this is going to be like an open forum. But it's basically because there's different topics that are on my mind, so I'm gonna just go with the spirit. And it might be some technical difficulties on here because I'm basically using my phone and it's kind of messed up. But yeah, one of the things that made me want to, that inspired me to do a video through the spirit was to talk about being persistent. And basically, when you deal with the word persistence, it basically means being constant, being adamant, and being fervent. Scriptures talk about how whatever you do, whatever you set your hand to do it all thy might. And that's being persistent. We're not supposed to do things in a half-assed manner. The scripture said, come unto the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Well, it says in Sirach the 6th chapter to do what? To come unto wisdom with thine whole heart. It might be the 4th chapter. Ultimately, but still, it said what? To come unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai with thy whole heart. So that deals with persistence. All right? Because the things that we do, we're not supposed to be, wishy-washy, man. Scripture also says what? Be hot, the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai wants you either hot or cold. Because if you lukewarm, what is he going to do? He's going to spew you out of his mouth, meaning vomit you out of the body. When you look it up in the Greek, So ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai wants you to be persistent, man. He doesn't want you to do things half-assed, and because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, what he'll take you out. He'll take you out the truth. All right? He'll take you out the truth because you're not giving your all. And as men of the Lord, as his servants, as his woman, he expects us to give it, for us to give it our all, man. Put our good foot forward, if you will. And that's, hey, man, we got great examples on earth. Our first example, was Yahweh Shai in the flesh. The man said he didn't have nowhere to live. He didn't have nowhere to sleep. He had nowhere to rest his head. Why? Because he was persistent. He was constantly doing the work of the Lord, man. He was constantly doing the work of the Lord. Now, with that being said, with doing the work of the Lord, we have a standard. We have guidelines. We have rules and regulations that were passed on by our forefathers. And I'll say this in the spirit, because we talk about how things are done in prophecy. Main thing was, Malachi, the 4th chapter, where it talks about, Elijah being sent before the dreadful day of the Lord. And we believe what? That Elijah is who? Abba Bivens, all right? Abba Bivens, we believe that was Elijah that was for to come. Now, he taught High Priest Ariah, he taught, and also too, King Mashah, High Priest Yaiquab, all right? He taught those men, all right? Now, our apostles and our elders learned from those men, and it's throughout time what happened. Some things they kept and some things they didn't keep, to keep it all the way real. Why? Because we're constantly trimming fat. Even today, even in ourselves, we constantly doing what? Trimming fat. We constantly taking the mote out of our eye. Or the plank, or the plank. We constantly taking the plank out of our eye, man. So with that being said, there was a tradition that was set before us. The way we supposed to conduct, the way we were supposed to do the work, They held forth this standard, man. All right? And they basically set forth the standard in on a surface level. And some deeper than others. which the men that kept it, and you even got scoffers to blame for that. Well, the scoffers blame the apostles and the elders. I'm talking about Baloo in particular because I seen his video this morning. He's called himself getting on the apostles once again. And he said, look, they're doing this the same way. They're teaching the same way that they taught in One West. You damn right. What are they supposed to do? But of course, going back to a spiritual man will know what? That not all things the same way they did things are done the same way. Hence, the apostles back then, they experienced, big Passovers. The apostles just last Passover did what? Said, look, no more big Passovers. So there's some things that were kept, even though we still keep the Passover, we just don't keep big Passovers. Why? Because Yahushua didn't keep a big Passover. All right? So, moving forward, the tradition, the way things are done, the way with order, with law and order, we still do keep that tradition, man. We still do keep the ordinances of the way things were done. Like, for instance, another thing was the new moon, the way we keep the Shabbat, or the Sabbath, if you will, or the Shabbat. All right? The way we keep the Shabbat, we keep it based upon the new moon. Nevertheless, we still keep the Shabbat. All right? So, moving forward as younger brothers in the truth, we are to watch these men and to mimic them. And I'll say that, yeah, in the spirit, we mimic them in righteousness. We're man pleasers in righteousness. We're following after the good way, man. Did not Paul say, be ye followers of me? All right? Yeah, did not Paul say, be ye followers of me? Did not Paul, teach the churches and tell them to do as he does? So damn right, man. We acknowledge who the men of the Lord are by their fruits, by their works. In fact, Paul acknowledged himself to be an apostle because of his fruits. You read that in 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. All right? So yeah, man, I don't want to make this too long, but all in all, the point is that I want to say is to be persistent, and not only that, but be persistent in the things that we were taught. Hey, man, I'll say this too. The apostles and the elders conduct themselves in a certain manner of respect of one another in order, and that's what we ought to do. That's what we ought to do. You got camp heads, you got officers, you got men with titles that were given a specific higher ranking office. You ought to respect those men in your camp. And I made a video before talking about how a good leader is a good follower, man. All right? Because a man don't know how to lead if he don't know how to follow, man. And it's the same thing in everything else. In any other military, any other form of structure that has order. Just like, in a police academy, man. In the academics, which I forget, I looked up the word academy before, but it basically means, like an elementary level, man. So you have the academy, you got younger men or women nowadays that want to be police officers. What do? They get when they pass the academy, they get with another ranking, they get with an officer that has a little rank, and they follow after that officer. They showed you that in the movie Training Day. So that's what we ought to do, man. We watch the videos. Yeah, we see the apostles, they bring out scriptures, they go into breakdowns. But watch how they conduct as well, man. All right? Hey, man, I watch that more than anything else. Hey, through the Spirit of the Lord. All right? We ought to watch those men and how they conduct. And to keep it all the way real, we're supposed to watch when they go off and when they're on point. Because the apostles will tell you when they go off. All right? We're supposed to watch what to do and not to do. They're our masters. All right? They come in the body of Yahushua, man. Okay? Just like, same thing with brothers in the camps. You know, if you're a younger man in the camp, you're supposed to watch men that been doing the work. And that's why it's imperative for brothers that are in those ranks, in those seats, that are in those seats of officers to do the right thing, man. You do the right thing because this is our tradition. The word tradition means to pass down, man. To pass on. Like the word trade. This is a trade, man. You know, we do the right thing by the Spirit of the Lord, and then the younger brothers, they follow along. We're passing on the tradition. And ultimately the tradition is what? To be brotherly, man. You know, to be brotherly in righteousness. You know, when to turn the heat on and when to turn the heat down. There's a bunch of factories around here, man. You know? When to turn the heat on and when to turn the heat down, man. Whatever, these fucking weirdos. You know? Sometimes you turn the heat up, sometimes you turn the heat down. Know when to reward, know when to scold in the spirit, to buffet in the spirit, man. All right? And then when to balance that out, you know? When and how to balance that out. All right? With that, that's pretty much it. You know, I just want to get that out there. You know, put that vibration out. You know, because it's never that in my spirit, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it's never, you know, it's never exhortation is in all seasons. All right, mainly in the time that we're living now. All right, we're supposed to exhort, and when you deal with exhortation, you deal with admonishment and you deal with comforting. Yeah, we supposed to exhort. We're all long suffering. The scripture says we're supposed to know when to admonish, when to warn, to give those threats, to compel in the spirit, and we're supposed to know when to comfort in the spirit. All right. See, and that's the thing. You scoffers and scorners, you don't see that on the camera. So therefore, you think that we're just. That's why they call what? They call Apostle Tahar, oh, the envious one. Hey, you big bitch, Baloo. You're a big bitch, man. You call Apostle Tahar the envious one, you know, or you call Apostle Rakar the beast man. We're not knowing these men are some humble men, man, and they know when to turn up the heat too, to let you know about yourself, and we love that. All right, we love that. I don't want leaders that are not going to tell me what's right and what's wrong. That's how we know who those men are. That's how we know that they the men that's how we believe through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that they're the men of the Lord. Why? Because they tell us when we're doing something wrong. Who wants leaders that don't tell you? What good is a coach on a football field or a basketball field or basketball court or whatever the case is? Or you got a trainer in your, as a coach in boxing, he's in your corner, and every time you come to sit down, you get your ass whooped, and he don't tell you how to fix getting your ass whooped. What good is that? What good is that coach? Same concept with the brotherhood. Starting with the apostles and the elders. They tell us how to not get our ass whooped in the spirit, man. And hey, man, you want to call Apostle Rakar a beast, man? He pushes prayer more than any Hebrew Israelite that I ever came across. How beastly is that? And the word, when you deal with beasts in the scriptures, fuck, man, I fucked up. It's all good. I'm talking about driving. But when you deal in the spirit, in the scriptures, when you deal with beasts, that's of men of no understanding. A man of understanding is going to tell you to pray constantly, like like Paul said in the scriptures, to continue in prayer, man, lifting up holy hands, man. All right. The apostles are men of understanding, you know, because to deal with understanding, you have to know how to balance. All right, and that's the key to wisdom. The key to wisdom and understanding is through balance. All right, and I might call this video that, man. You know, The key to wisdom and understanding is balance, man. You know? And that's because ultimately that's what I'm talking about, being persistent. That's balance. Because you're not lax when it's time to kick up. All right? But yeah, man, I just want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Oh, he about to do some gangster shit. Damn, son. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the elect, man. You brothers be persistent out there to the best of your ability and keep praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to make you and keep you persistent. All right, shalom.